In the next episode of Attack on Titan, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a Titan. La, la, I'm gonna get you, Titans. That's all I got.
Oh my god! I swear, guys, we just improvise. This is great.
Uh,
Love you guys.
Awesome.
Can you
Welcome
imagine
back.
that though? If Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the '80s like
I'd be
became a
very
Titan.
conflicted.
Ooh.
I'll
Well, I
be
think
back
if he-
multiple
I'd be back.
times.
Hopefully he was on our side because he could probably kick the Colossal Titan's ass.
Hey, I'd want to watch that from afar. So we're going to be watching. I think it's the finale. We're on
Get to
episode
Wall Maria
25.
now!
So the last episode of the season.
Oh, this is it, huh?
Yeah, this was a
Ooh,
long
it's gonna
season
be
too.
epic.
25
That means some shit's
episodes.
gonna go down.
I mean, bad things right now inside the walls. Now we have 2 Titans. We know Aaron's going to help out.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I
Hopefully.
just knocked her into a building
Mm-hmm.
My
of
house.
sorts. So, how many casualties are in there?
And everyone, like,
Thinking they were
That's so
safe.
The whole
fast.
city's a casualty right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's right in the center of it all, like just standing there in the courtyard. I was like, crap. Leave that cat alone. Cat's just chilling out. Which I'm surprised it's still sleeping.
How funny would that be if that cat was the death of her because she like tripped over it because she didn't want to step on it?
She's
Yeah,
not going
right.
to trip over
It'd be a
that unless
typical
it's like
cat
super
move.
strong. Yeah, typical cat move. It's like lead. Because she can like stomp down anything. with that
Because
cat.
she'd be laying down
Is
to
her
the moment she
weakness.
steps over her, then she'd move and like
The cat would get up
Oh,
and be
yeah,
like,
they
oh,
always
pet
wait till
me.
last
And
minute.
trip right over. Oh my god, I love Maui, my cute fuzzy cat, but he loves to cut right where you're stepping really fast. And even though you're ready for it, you're not because he's so quick. And I'm like almost falling over. So I'm like a Titan compared to him.
What would you do if Annie just stopped as a Titan and just started petting the cat like this?
I'd be
That was her.
scared.
Yeah.
Because hopefully she'd have good intentions there. But yeah, so I'm sure the cat will be
That was
fine
her
to get
soft
out.
spot.
I'm worried for all the people there. That's not good.
No, that's good. That's not bad.
All right,
That's not
so-
good at all.
Do you think Aaron is going to win this fight? I mean, or do you think Annie's going to win this fight?
Saw nothing.
If someone wins, what will happen?
I think Aaron's gonna win because he's fresh. He's super angry. She's
Well,
maybe
she was
a little
super angry last
fatigued.
time they fought.
Yeah.
Mhm. And she is more skilled, but he is more driven. So if he can actually learn like she learns, I bet he would be a lot stronger and more powerful than she is
Well,
right now.
last
but he has to
time-
learn how to do that. It's just all full rage right now.
Last time they fought, it was purely defense.
Yeah.
You know, because things weren't going right, and he wanted to step up to try to help.
Mhm.
This time, it's people are counting on me. I have to do this to.
It's much more
save
personal.
No
a lot.
pressure, but pressure.
With
Right.
her and with, everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I think
it's
there's
much
more
more
determination
personal.
there, and it's. I don't think she's going to be defeated, but maybe at least captured.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
I
might
hope
lose
so.
This little battle.
I mean, she breaks through a lot, so unless she comes willingly, I don't see her doing that. Like right away. I mean, everyone's so
Well,
scared.
she
Look at
has
what
tricks
Aaron
up
went
the sleeve
through.
that we don't even know about yet, like the icing of her hand.
Hmm.
Those are things that we never saw up until her.
So
So
in her final moments, she can. We don't know like how unpredictable she's going to be still. Like,
Right.
She probably has a lot
Especially
of
in
other things
desperation.
So shall we get into this finale?
let's do it.
Let's do it. And we're watching on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
Don't look. So 125.
He transforms eating the bread.
I know. I was thinking that.
Ah!
Think that's enough?
I
Pull
know.
it up.
That freaking key.
Mhm.
Ooh, it's a new ending too. Nice. Wow, we finished season 1.
Excellent.
Woohoo! One thing I do like is the fact that Aaron has so many people who believe in him now. Like Levi, Erwin seems to really believe in him. And Mikasa, I love her relationship with him. Like, she really cares for him. But he can, like, lay there healing. And he doesn't really have guards around him, too. Like, he was originally in the cellar, like, underground in a cage for a while.
Yes.
So-
No.
Especially considering that they were bringing him back to the city to be
Right, back to the capital to hold him.
Yeah, so that's good because now he's starting to control his powers and they're starting to trust it. I mean, I know he's learning too, but it's cool to see that they're giving him more freedom. There's starting to be like a trust with both parties, And what do you think about Annie? I mean, the
Well-
way they have her down underground right now.
Well, who knows how long she's going to be in that state for? I mean,
It
that could
looks,
just be her protection while she's healing.
it looks like we have a cutscene at the end. What?
Whoa.
Oh, peekaboo.
Peekaboo!
Oh no.
That was scary. What?
Is the wall made of these people?
That was crazy.
Was it the wall? Was it in the wall or was it on the other side of the wall?
I'm so very
that's what we don't
flat. I transformed at the wrong time. So
what if they're?
I was
what if
building
they're
the wall and then I
attacking-
became a Titan.
Well, what if they're attacking these walls because humans of the past used the Titans to fill in the wall? Just throwing that out there randomly.
what do you mean fill in the wall? Like their bodies were actually like
Yeah,
inside.
they used the bodies
Filler.
of Titans to fill in.
Clean fill.
Insulation, just fill it in. Yeah.
I mean, humans are capable of doing such extraordinary things. I mean, look at the pyramids, the Stonehenge. We have so many crazy
Think the
things out
Titans
there
in the
that
pyramids?
we have, certain explanations, but not fully. And we try to some people try to say, oh, aliens did it, which kind of a cool concept. But I think humans are pretty amazing on what they can accomplish. So I want to say that humans can build those walls, but when you have such huge predators that want to eat you, they're really big, they're really fast, and they could take out a lot of people in one go. I'm like, who knows? Maybe there was something way beyond when they first built these walls that was lost in context, and people don't realize that they are made partially of Titans. I know that's a bunch of BS, but
Now I'm thinking about this. What if the people of the past put these Titans encased in this concrete or whatever material that is, because in such a tight space they can't do anything. They can't move enough to actually do anything.
you know what would be a big twist? I doubt that's the thing, but can you imagine if hundreds of years ago humans actually had full control of Titans and used them as slaves to build stuff for them and made them build the wall to
And
protect
maybe they
themselves?
weren't
Those
aggressive.
walls-
Maybe they weren't, a foe. Maybe
Yeah,
they
maybe they were
did,
friendly.
use
Maybe
them
they were
as
intelligent,
yeah.
The giant
Andy.
mushroom.
The
Or they
giant
just used him as,
mushroom.
they
Maybe it's
enslaved them.
friendly. Oh man, I love Sokka. So
But I mean, well, Kim might be right though, or whoever said they might be used as slaves, because
Yeah, they might be. They might have been, and now they're resentful.
how else do those walls get that
Years
big?
later.
I mean, they don't really have any equipment that we see that can get up that high.
I agree, but at the same time, it's amazing with the pyramids how long ago and what
Yeah,
technologies
and
they
why
had
would
then.
they make walls if they weren't?
But I mean, at least the
Wow.
pyramids look block shaped, so you can tell they brought blocks up at a
Yeah.
time. This looks like concrete or some type of material that's all smooth on the sides and stuff.
Yeah,
So it's something that
I
was
mean-
poured or.
yeah. I mean,
Were accidentally killed inside. Maybe they were people, and now he's
Walls
ticked
are
off.
people too.
and they have major predators that are all
changed.
around them, so that's really hard to even. I don't know, unless they actually built the walls before Titans were even an issue, but they knew something was going to happen and they were more contained. Because it just seems kind of impossible to have this grand wall. I mean, that is a huge feat on its own, but then you have these Titans that are constantly going to be attacking you from all sides until you can build this thing. So it's just interesting. I want to know more on how they actually built the walls from the beginning and why. And if it
Oh
was
yeah,
of the
because
Titans, which
exactly. You
it
you
is.
have to start somewhere, and you have to finish. So you have to do
Well,
the exterior
what if-
wall first.
What if these Titans, especially the more powerful ones, have the ability of these different elements? Like look at Annie. She has, what is that, ice or diamond or crystal?
It
whatever
looks
you
like
wanna say.
diamond, but I keep saying ice, and I think I keep saying crystallized, so diamond. I guess.
I keep going the ice way too, especially now seeing Aaron with the fire, maybe like a fire and ice kind of
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes.
elements.
And even Aaron
Maybe
was
they're
saying
airbenders
that
and
he
stuff?
was, she was in ice. She was cold,
thing. Yeah.
and he was fire. Yeah, so they might have different elements.
Yeah.
And maybe the one in the wall is the concrete Titan. Maybe you just can make concrete.
Earth.
Talk about Super
Earth.
Saiyan, like you said, Tom. I really felt that here, where he got so enraged. His teeth were even sharp, so I don't know if that was just an animation thing to be even more intense, but his teeth were sharp when he was
He could have
going
leveled
after.
up.
Yeah, it seemed like he leveled up. He had the veins of fire all over him. He combusted a bit. That was
Yeah,
just
it
so
was
crazy.
like really dark, like lava, like really hot.
It was almost like the fire was like in his veins, kind of thing. 'cause
Yeah,
just, like,
it was
pumping
coming out
through.
like between his muscles and stuff.
And Annie,
His
what did
fiery
you
muscles.
feel about Annie actually with her face as a Titan trying to get away?
I want to know what the flashback is with. I want to assume was her father.
It was her father, and
That means she had human parents. I mean, so did Aaron, that we know of.
and she holds that deer. Like, she was getting emotional and crying during that flashback here and there we saw her. And I don't know fully if that was her dad. I assumed it was, but then I think he said something that sounded kind of third party. So I wasn't sure if that was her father or not.
It took him so long to ask for her forgiveness or something like that.
Yeah. So then I was like, maybe it's an uncle, because I thought he said something about your father. So I thought he said it in like a third person. I could totally be wrong though, but.
Well, maybe he worked with Aaron's father.
Well, do you think maybe she saw that as kind of like her light flashing before her eyes, like she thought she was going to die? That's why she was kind of terrified.
And that's why she thought about him, whoever he was.
Saying that, Kim, now makes me think, because that would be the simplest way to think about their connection. Because maybe Annie and Aaron's parents somehow knew each other and experimented together or something, and somehow Aaron can change because the father did something to him, and now Annie's father did the same thing to her, and that's why she can change.
And they have two different ideals.
Yeah, maybe she changed first, and she had more time to experiment with her Titan, or more training or something. So that would be the quickest connection.
Right off the bat, early on, she knew.
Also, when they were fusing at the end there, I'm wondering now if maybe that's something that they could do, and that's how like the Colossal Titan gets so big. He absorbs, other large Titans.
That's freaky, and I wonder if that's a permanent thing, because you can kill a Titan, but as long as you don't crush the actual person inside, they can rejuvenate, they can come back. But here, if you fuse, is that a permanent thing? Like, what happens to your bodies? Do you just become two people?
Yeah, and is she like in a chrysalis now, where she's going to morph into this more colossal Titan?
Megazord
again. Gordon. Go Power Rangers. Gordon, right? Or was it Gordon?
No.
Gordon, I thought. What was his name?
It was Zordon.
Was it Zordon? Sorry, it's been a long time. I thought it was Gordon. I thought it was Gordon. I'm going to look at that again. That's funny. But yeah, like, I don't know. So now that they have Annie down underground, that's good. She's in this crystal type.
Yeah, but they only have like 5 bungee cords on her. It's like, I mean, come on.
I mean, if she transforms, she's going to, and even so, like, she has a gap there. It takes so much energy to transform, so she's going to blow everything apart right there, and she has room to spare. Even if it was tightly around her actual body, like wrapped around, just the momentum of her changing will pull all those out, I think.
Take a slingshot, fling her over the wall, and just tie her up to a bunch of trees.
In my cartoon mind, that's awesome.
With Annie and that crystallized egg thing, it reminds me of a show called Steven Universe, where when the when the crystal gems, when they get injured.
No spoilers.
No, I mean it's a well-known thing. When they get injured too much, they revert back to their gem state. So they look just like a crystal until they repair enough to hold a humanoid form.
I think she's going to change to a colossal or something.
I'm worried that that's a permanent thing,
or she's just going to be crystallized. She's not going to have any muscular parts about her as a Titan form. She's just going to be all crystallized. So how are you going to be able to take her down?
Yeah, she might upgrade to do that. I like it when she was trying to get away and she was crawling up that wall and she seemed so terrified, and Mikasa jumping on her and saying fall. I'm glad that was it.
And I loved how she cut her fingers like she did the last time, because she knew.
But she looked in her eyes, she as she was falling.
That was crazy. I mean, we can't trust Annie, and she has fast reflexes. I know at that moment it seemed dire and she was really scared and knew defeat right there almost, but I was like, she's going to try to bite Mikasa at the last second, but thank God it didn't happen.
To me, there's no way she could be the only one inside the walls.
Right.
That's the scary notion.
I mean, there's no way they would just send.
And when are they going to come out? And when is she going to, in her flashbacks of whoever she was talking to, whether it be her father or her uncle, he said to her, you can't, something about you can't trust everybody in the world. You can only trust your father or something. So maybe whatever it is, maybe her hurt for her father, however they left it as, the relationship. She's just so hurtful for that. She's just resenting and just going against everyone.
Do you think that maybe these big Titans, that they're more of like an experiment that maybe humans have done, and maybe like Aaron's father and maybe Annie's father restarted these old experiments from ancient times, and it's
And said,
causing these
"Oops."
titans to come back again.
God, being humans, like you have natural curiosity.
That's
But
it.
that's
Curiosity.
bad. That's really
Aaron's
bad.
father was a scientist.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a connection with Annie's father. Might have been like his
Exactly.
partner or something.
Right.
And they found this like ancient text that has like these dark arts in it or something like that.
And maybe Annie's father went more dark, and Aaron's father went more
maybe
positive. And
150 years ago when they stopped doing all this, whatever they were doing, that's why they stopped for it. And all of a sudden they started practicing it again, and that's why the Titans are back.
I don't know. Like,
So
that's
many
insane. Can you
questions.
imagine how much guilt, too? Because you destroyed almost all of humanity. Like,
Whoops.
how many billions of people have died because of this? Like, it's just so crazy to think about.
I
And
mean,
how many
it's just
more
one
Titans like there
attack.
are there?
With one Titan, how many go down?
I know it, right?
Was it 100? A couple hundred?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if them just trying to brace themselves to get up from a blow or something. I mean, you just knocked down half a building, and how many
The
people?
church! How crazy was
Oh,
that? Like,
that-
all of them
I
crushed.
was
the
thinking of a
church.
sick joke at that second, like when everybody got crushed, if the priestess went, Jesus Christ!
It's so bad.
It's bad. It's
I
horrible.
mean, once we heard the rumble, I'm like, ooh, arm is going to go through and maybe someone will get hurt. But she landed on everyone. Now, did you guys feel anything there when she got up? Do you think she felt
No, I was
bad?
pretty far away.
Not at that time. I don't
When
think.
when she looked down and she saw the broken bodies like between her fingers and stuff,
Yeah.
she kind of looked like. That's why I thought when she started running away from everything, I thought she wanted to get away from the casualties.
That's what I thought
That's how I
too.
took it.
Because
And I thought she was just scared of Aaron's, what he's going to do to her.
yeah, maybe
I
it
don't
makes
think
it
she was
both.
scared yet.
Yeah.
I don't. But when he
Just like get away from him.
just to get away from, because she was headed for that open area, and I think
Yeah.
that maybe she was thinking less casualties, because if she did have human parents, and that means she is still human, maybe she still has a heart.
Yeah.
And they did show that one parishioner in there with blonde hair. Maybe that person was a relation, and I don't recall
could that have been
who
the
was
body that
there.
she saw?
Yeah, maybe she saw a particular person because they honed in on one blonde lady.
Maybe that's relation to the person that was in her flashback.
Maybe.
I took it as like she did feel guilty about it because she didn't intentionally mean to do that because they weren't harming her. They were innocent and she fell on them because she was looking at multiple bodies and then we saw her face and then she took off. So when she went into that open area, it, I think served two purposes. One, because Survey Corps can't fly around her as easily. And two, because she was trying to get away from more casualties into an open area. And it's crazy seeing them fight because they're huge and they're intense, and every time they punch each other you can just see the power behind it and the wind, the force of everything getting pushed back.
You could see the power just radiate through their arms.
Yeah, and they destroy things. So we see Annie as a human, even though she's so strong there and she can do a kick and really knock you down or hurt you, but you can't make a head explode from kicking, like a human kicking another human in the head.
Well,
You can
she
do some
can
damage.
crystallize. She was crystallizing her foot.
Yes, but
In her
even
shin.
so, look at Aaron as the Titan. Like, just a punch makes him disintegrate sometimes. Like, his bone shatters so bad. I mean, you can break bones from punching, but it's
Yeah, he
showing how
loses
much
his arm.
stronger the Titans are. Not only are they so big, but they have so much more super strength on top of that they just can explode body parts because they're just so powerful at punching. and
Can we go
hitting
back to that
each other.
religion for a second? Because now that I'm thinking about it, that religion might be holding some answers that we're not thinking about. They kind of worship the walls because they think it's a gift from God.
If it's the same religion, because they could probably have multiple religions, right? But no, they had the same necklaces. You're right.
They had the necklaces and
And the
it had the
walls.
logos of each wall on it.
You're right. Yep.
And I'm wondering if, how like scriptures from ancient times become, religious in some
Right.
cases. So maybe this whole thing with Titans, and if these walls were able to contain these Titans inside them, maybe that was the gift from God that was able to rescue them from the past. And it's been diluted over the 150 years, it just became a religion instead of an actual, this is how we saved our past selves by
Yeah.
locking these Titans in the walls. Let's, God helped us with this. Let's worship these walls.
That's actually a very interesting
Interesting.
idea because I took it more as a joke when you guys were saying that maybe they're integrated into the wall or something magically or something we don't understand. But I took it as like when Annie was climbing up, her nails were crystallized, whatever, to get up. And she punctured the wall. But when you really think about it, I know the scaling's so big on the Titan's end, but the wall is still pretty darn thick. So her nails are not going to get through, or her tips of her fingers.
Yeah, they're
are
almost
get
like
through
spikes when you're hiking
all the way through.
Rock climbing, yeah.
Because you have
they-
quite a
they
few
were-
yards, I think, across at least. So
More than that, yeah. It was really
at least,
really
yeah.
thick.
So that could have been because. So, anyways, even though I knew it was too thin for that Titan to peek through at the way end of the ending credits, I was like, well, maybe it was just how it was drawn, where
I'm gonna call them
we're just
insulation
supposed
Titans.
to assume she went all the way through by many feet because she's just that big, and
Owen's Corning
not that it was
Titans.
that thin. Now I'm just like talking over you while you're cracking your jokes. I love you, Tom. That's funny.
That's what I'm here
But-
for.
Yeah, so maybe that creature is inside the wall. I don't know.
I think they're inside the wall. I think that's how they were able to contain them in the past. And then
I just
it
can't
was
get over
looked
that
at-
idea. I just think it's a joke.
Well,
but
I mean,
you're right.
think about it. I mean, that's why there's people worshiping it, because they believe it was a gift of
Or
God.
maybe they
contain
were
them.
in the material, crystallized, like Annie is now. She's like in this,
And they used them as building
chrysalis.
blocks, literally.
and they just took it with the material to put it up. They were part of the material, and now
About getting strange. Like it's already so
like,
weird as it
ooh,
is
it's
and
cracked
interesting,
open. Oh, where's Annie?
but insane. So I think we'll find out more next time, guys, because I want to know more. Because now I'm like, what? Because this whole conversation, I just didn't believe what you guys were saying. I was just going along with
I'm
it.
gonna
But
go
now
to
I'm
Lowe's
like,
and
if
see if
that
they have
is
Titans in the
true,
lumber section.
yeah, right. You just got like all squished up, compacted
Is there
bodies.
Titans for sale?
Crazy. So thank you guys so much for watching. You can check out our links below if you want to see the next episode early or vote or request stuff. And we'll see you very soon as always.
What
Bye,
if
guys.
we're the Titans and all the
Bye.
people are actually ant size?
Bye, guys.
Until
Be
next
right.
time.
Just kidding, but until next time. But
Hmm.